Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to Papa D's Range Time. I'm Papa D and we are out on the range. So a little bit of cooler weather is starting to move in, and it brought to my attention that I'm going to have to start wearing some outer garments, some jackets, a vest, or maybe a heavier coat of some sort. And whenever the weather changes, which causes me to change how I dress and what my attire is, then I have to see how that's going to affect me accessing my firearm. So right now, with the weather that we have today, just the thermal shirt that I have underneath this long sleeve shirt is fine. This morning it was 37, 39 degrees, something like that, and I was out. So I had something a little heavier on, and it brought to my attention the need to understand where I'm at. So I know that my everyday garment, whenever I'm just working around the farm and the ranch, I can just wear some sort of a sweatshirt. I can put this on if it is open on the front and I'm carrying my gun in a 4 o'clock position outside the waistband, which is my normal way of carrying it. I know that I can clear the garment with one hand, access my firearm, come out and get rounds on target. I also know, since I have 2 or 3 of these in various colors, I also know that they're stretchy enough so where I can stretch this over the gun and over the holstering gun, get to my firearm and come out, and it's no restriction whatsoever. If it is colder than that, I can put a vest on underneath this. Whenever I do wear, this is just one of my outdoor range vests, so whenever I do wear a vest like this, I typically snap it up. I'm trying to keep my chest and body warm, but I take and tuck it on the inside of the firearm. That way I have free access, and then whenever I do put the sweatshirt of whatever color over on top of it, I'm still back to square one of where I was just with this garment. I know that I have access to it, I can clear it, it's stretchy enough, and I can do what I need to do to protect my family. So I recently bought a new jacket, and I had not thought about trying it to see how I'm going to access my firearm with it or how it affects me. Nice jacket, good for a little bit cooler temperatures if I'm having to be outside. Which, if it's unzipped and open, clearing the garment, getting to the firearm is not a problem. Where I did run into a problem is whenever I do have it zipped up and I go to pull it up, it's not completely clearing the firearm. So I have to understand that if I don't zip it, then I have my hands in my pockets. If I have my hands in my pockets in that time, I have to pull my hands out, and it's going to take extra time to pull them out. So typically I don't have my hands where they're inaccessible. I always like to be able to get them up front just in case, create space, things of that nature. Anyway, with the jacket being zipped up, I understand if I go over here and go to pull it up, it's going to hang on the gun. So I have to allow extra time to be able to lean over, get a good handful of the jacket, pull it up and clear it so that I can get to the firearm. Understanding that weather, change of clothes, change of attire, weather conditions, whatever conditions they are, you have to adapt to those conditions to still be able to access your firearm, and more than that, know how it's going to change your reaction time in getting shots on target. I try to take and keep a 7-yard protection zone around me whenever I'm in normal carry mode with just a shirt over my firearm. So in everyday situation, I wear a very light t-shirt, and then my cover garment is just draped over the firearm, and it takes and conceals it very well. So I know also I have snaps on that one, so if I had to, I could take and rip the snaps open, access the firearm, and those shirts, those tactical attire, work extremely well. I know that from cover on a target at 7 yards from the timer, I'm at 1.4 seconds. I've also run that 21 feet, and I know that if somebody is at 21 feet or 7 yards from me, if they have a knife and start running at me, I'm gonna get cut. By the time I get the gun out, they're already gonna be on top of me. I may get rounds on target whenever he's on me, but realistically, I'm gonna have to take and suffer some knife wounds if they are of any athletic ability whatsoever. So I'll be 60 next week, and I know that I can take and run and cover that distance in that amount of time. So I'm assuming that a younger person that's more fit can take and do the same. So again, guys, this is way different than what I normally cover, but understanding your garments, understanding your clothing, and how it takes and changes your reaction to your firearm is a very, very important part of drills and training. Just like anything else, you have to know where you are. So I'm going to take and set up a target at 21 feet. I'm going to be on the timer, and I'm going to have these different garments on, and I'm going to be timing myself, and I'll have some video on it to see what it takes for me to get rounds on target. Anyway, guys, stick with me. I'm going to take and change this up a little bit, get my hearing protection on, set the target up, and run a few drills. So stick around, I'll be right back. All right, guys, I am set up. I've got a target set up at 7 yards. My second camera battery is dead, so I'm not going to be able to have a second camera on it. It's a full-size USPSA target. Also put a glow shot target on it, just so that hopefully the second camera could have picked it up, but obviously we can't do that. So I'm going to start with a baseline right now with no garment and seeing where I am today right now. I haven't done this post-surgery, since the surgery on my right hand, elbow, and shoulder on the 2nd of June. And then the left hand, wrist, and thumb was on the 6th of August. I have not timed myself. So this is going to be a baseline time from concealed carry outside the waistband. Again, no garment over it, just trying to see where I am today from the timer. Two-shot drill onto a target at 7 yards. Let's see how we can do. .6 seconds, two-shot drill. So I had both hits on the target. Put my vest on. This should not affect me at all because it's going to be tucked in on the inside. All right, do it again. .55. These are my first shots of the day, so these are definitely cold shots. We'll add the gray sweatshirt. And this one should add a little bit of time since I have to clear the garment. Shot one low. It was still in the target, but the first shot was low. 1.74. But like I said, still shots on target. I made a good hit, but it's not the upper chest cavity, which is where I would want it to be. This one I'll have to reach across and come up. That or take the time to unzip it, but I don't want to do that. Let's see. .3. Now for the black jacket, which is the one I was actually having problems with. I've done a lot of dry firing with this one already, but I know it's not the same as live fire. Both of those were good hits. 2.35, 2.35. I really think I can take and do that one a little bit faster. Do that one more time. Nope. .74. I fumbled. That cost me a half a second on trying to take and get it to clear. So guys, it goes back to, again, understanding where you are in your training, understand how everything changes, affects, makes you do things differently. You train like you fight, and you have to understand that perfect range conditions do not mean that you're going to have perfect conditions in a self-defense battle. You have to anticipate every little change, every little situation. Somebody running by, having a crowded situation, trying to take and find cover, whether you're going to advance to cover or you're going to take a retreat. Guys, I appreciate you watching. This is just information that I'm thinking about, that I'm training for me, and I was trying to pass on a little information to you. I hope you get something out of it. I'd appreciate it if you like, subscribe, share, pass it on to other people, and most of all, think about where you are in your wintertime garments and what you have to do to be able to access your firearm to protect your family. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. This is Papa D, and I will see you down the road on the next video.